Hi, I'm Susie, and I am going to talk to you today about a realization I had. So I'm not sure where you're at in your unlearnings, basically we'll call them, of all of the things we've been taught in this life and about reconnecting back to your true self. But have you heard of that life is all an illusion, and we come here and we've chosen to not remember who we really are, and then it's the process of unraveling all of that. It's a process of unraveling all that we've been told and peeking through, we'll call it the veil, to really see who we truly are. So a little bit like the Matrix, and remember when they go to see the Oracle to see if Neo is the one, and the little kid's there playing with the spoon, and he's watching the spoon bend. And I think she says to him, well, once you realize that there is no spoon. And so I just have come up with a little process that for my own use, that I've just figured out, which is, I want you to put your hands in front of your face like this. Now, I'm going to only have half a hand so you can see me, but the hand, what you can see, if you've got both of your hands in front of your face, all you can see is your hand. And the hand represents the illusion. It represents the veil. It represents what we think up here our 3D world is. So if all you can see is your hands, that's what you think is real. That's what you think your reality is. But once you realize that all of this is an illusion, so imagine you're looking at your hands, that's the 3D reality. But if you just peek behind your hands, you can see a great big world out there. You can see, and imagine the world is like, zoom out, like imagine the world is Earth, our solar system, our Milky Way galaxy, and then far into space, like literally the entire universe. That's what actually is behind this illusion, behind the veil, behind our 3D this. And if you look at the hands from the side, they're actually, it's pretty thin. So I wonder if that could help you to understand what the illusion is, and what the illusion of 3D reality is that. But really, and I don't want you to, when you look behind your hands, I don't just want to see like there's a building, there's a car. I want you to zoom out, like zoom out as far as you can go. Like you can see our whole solar system, you can see the Milky Way, you can see our galaxy, then go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and realize that that is actually who we are. Like that, we are a part of this enormous universe, but our brains, which we chose, have this veil put a veil in front of us. And so it's our job to find the ways that our heart can remember. And when we remember who we really are, that puts chinks in the veil. So you start to see through it, and you might just get glimmers, and it might be someone might share a story, or like an NDE. I love the NDE stories. My favorite of all times, and it was actually when I had my ultimate aha moment, is Anita Moorjani. So Anita and then Moorjani, Moorjani. And just search her name up on YouTube, because her description and her story of how she had her near-death experience. So she had stage 5 cancer or something, and she died. She crossed over. And she saw it. She saw it all. She saw all the galaxies. She saw all the universe. And I mean, like up in the realm where we go after we leave our physical form, like she saw it all. And then she came back down into her body, and her cancer was healed. The doctors couldn't believe it. Like it was a miracle. But she had seen it, and she was given the gift of remembering it. So she saw past this 3D illusion. She saw past the veil and realized what it's all about, which is and who she really was, which was a creature of the universe. So I just have a little play with that. This is the illusion. This in the Matrix, the hands are the spoon. And when you realize, you look past and this dissolves, there is no spoon. There is just universal energy all around, everywhere, infinite. It's infinite. So just have a play with that. This is the veil. The hands are the veil. This is all of our this is all the things our brain thinks, our mind thinks. This is the spoon, the car, this is the bills, this is like all of the 3D things that we think are real. There's no spoon. Remove the veil, remove the illusion. So that's what I am going to take you on a journey with, is finding ways to peek through the illusion, peek through the veil, to realize who you really are and to remember who that is. So I hope you liked my little, I don't know, I just had to come on here and share this. This is the 3D illusion. It's not real. They don't exist. And we have to reconnect back into our hearts, which is the trick to get the glimmers through. And then hopefully it eventually just dissolves and we become like Neo in the Matrix, and we can bend our reality to whatever our hearts desire and choose. And we're coming from here, and we dissolve away this 3D block that our brains have created, which we chose. But our whole purpose is to come back and remember from our hearts that none of that is real. I love you lots. Just do that. Anytime something pops up, like something 3D, like at the moment, I need petrol and I'm really struggling. My heart is saying, we're not getting petrol right now. Nope, we're not getting it. And like, I really need it. And there's like, nope, you're just going to sit here. We want you to sit here because you've just had a major remembering of who you are. And we want you to really embody that remembering and sit in that remembering. We don't want you to do anything. We just want you to practice being in the embodiment of remembrance. So, even though my petrol light's on, I am sitting in the embodiment of the remembrance, which is why we're here. To remember who you truly are. And then be the embodiment of that remembrance. So remember, something pops up, just remember the analogy of the hands, and that you can actually peek through it. And the way you peek through it is by remembering who you are. I sound like the Cheshire Cat or something, like a fable from Alice in Wonderland. But so that's the trick. 3D block. Remember who you are. Peek through it, and increase that connection in here with who you truly are. And it's going to dissolve. It will. The illusion will dissolve. I've heard a lot about this illusion, this 3D illusion, but the hands to me really, I don't know, it makes sense because the hands, like, they're not very big. Like, if you think of it, if you think about the universe, even if you think about Earth and our solar system, this little block here is minuscule, like minuscule. Yet we run our whole lives from behind it. Dissolve. Let it dissolve away. Connect back in. Remember who you are, because the illusion is not real. And the way you pierce through it is remembering from your heart. I love you lots. Do the hand trick. Bye.